Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise here on Madden 25. Today, we play the NFC Championship. We are the defending NFC champions because we won that last year to obviously go play the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens, which unfortunately we lost that game. But this year, it's going to be different. We're going to win this game in the NFC Championship against the LA Rams, yeah. And then we're going to go to the Super Bowl in the next episode and win that and send this series off on a high note. That's the goal. That's the plan. Let's go see if we can do it. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go win an NFC championship. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 15-2, the number one seed throughout the entirety of the bracket, versus the 12-5 LA Rams. Yeah. And we're going to go take them down. It's at our place, obviously, because we're the number one seed. This is who's on the AFC side of things, if you're curious. It is the Chiefs and the Texans. The Ravens were the team that beat us in the Super Bowl last year, but they go out in the divisional round, so there will not be a rematch if we are to make it to the Super Bowl. We will play a random new team like the Chiefs or the Texans. Hopefully it's the Texans, not the Chiefs, because I don't really want to have both Super Bowls against the Ravens and the Chiefs. I mean, give me a little bit of a fair shake. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? But there's not really much else to talk about in this warm-up here. I mean, I always bring up how we're the number one ranked defense statistically. Here is the proof. We are ranked number one in every single defensive metric that you have on this Madden game. We are number one defense in the NFL. And we're top 10 in scoring, which is pretty nice. We also have the best run game in football, which is obviously to be expected because we have the greatest running back of all time in Barry Woodley, who broke the all-time single-season rushing touchdown record a couple episodes ago. But it is time for the NFC Championship. There's no need to stall. It is the Rams and the Bucs from Raymond James. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. I mean, this is for all the marbles. If you were unfamiliar with this LA Rams roster, they have Brock Purdy as their starting quarterback. He's no longer the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. He is quarterbacking the Rams, but we will wait to see him because we've got Kyler in the offense for Tampa coming onto the field. We played pretty well in that NFC divisional round against Jaden Daniels. Now, we did get the benefit of Jaden Daniels absolutely forgetting how to play quarterback and throwing like 4 interceptions, I think, in that game. That was just tremendously bad football from Jaden Daniels. He threw at least 2 interceptions literally directly at my defender. So I don't know what was going on in the mind. I might be roughing the passer, actually. I don't know what was going in the mind of Jaden Daniels. Maybe the lights were too bright. I have no idea. No, we're going to start with an immediate hold. Second play of the game. Tristan Wirfs, our best offensive lineman. All right, well, if this drive couldn't start any worse than a 2-yard loss, give ourselves a little bit of a disadvantage with a holding call. Makes it 2nd and 22. Mike Evans is not going to be open for this. I'm going to have to scramble with Kyler, and I'm going to get sacked because the defensive linemen are instant shedding off of the D lineman or the O lineman. A 3rd and 22. It's 3rd and forever for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I barely got it away. Off the hands of Mike Evans, incomplete. We will punt it to the LA Rams. Wow, that was just possibly one of the worst ways you could start the drive, first drive of the game for this offense. I mean, why is Graham Barton down here? What's going on? That was probably one of the worst you could have. And there is Brock Purdy. Puka Nacua, Deebo Samuel on this roster as well. It's a pretty good Rams team. They won 12 games. Obviously, they know how to win football games. They still have Cooper Kupp as well. So they got 3 pretty decent wide receivers, but Chop Robinson starting the game with a sack. First play of the game defensively. We get a big-time sack. Brock Purdy got squashed, and he's kicking Chop. What? Did he just do a kick animation there? What was that? I feel like we need to get I don't know, there's not like flagrants in the NFL, but that seems to be a little egregious there. Oh, Chop might legitimately destroy this right tackle. That was 2 pass rushes. The first one he got the sack. The second one he swam right past him. Swam? He went right past him, basically. This right tackle might not be the real deal. They're going to have to double him. You see the doubling over on this right side. Chop can't get free. Now he gets free. Brock Purdy has nowhere to go. That ball's out. Somebody recover it. A Rams player recovers. I don't know what Brock Purdy was thinking there, but that is 2 sacks and an incomplete pass on the Rams drive, and it'll be a glorious 3-and-out. I'm not quite sure what Brock Purdy was doing. He stood in the pocket forever, even when I had a double team on Chop Robinson to give a ton of time for Purdy. And then he chooses to scramble once Chop makes his way around, and then he runs right into the back of his offensive lineman, gets stuck, and gets sacked by Chop Robinson. So, a very strange drive there for Purdy. I don't know what was going on. We just need to get the offense moving. That first drive was hindered by the holding call. If we can just get Barry Woodley going, then the offense will get going. The offense only goes as far as Barry Woodley goes. So if we can just get it together, we will be able to win this game fairly easily at the end of the day. We haven't even allowed a point in the playoffs yet because we shut out the Commanders. So our defense has not allowed a single point in the playoffs. Now, obviously, it's only one game. But I'm not going to... I mean, you can't tell that by the stats. If you just look at the score sheet, you don't know that we only played one game. 2nd down and 8. Handoff to Bucky Irving this time. I thought he slipped that tackle a second, though. He didn't. And that might be the end of the first quarter. No, I'll be able to snap this one time. 3rd and 2. Final play of the quarter. Handoff. Barry, little stutter step, gets the first down at the end of the quarter. That was really big. I thought that I got stopped. That's why he did that little stop and then move, because I thought I got stopped by my own offensive lineman. But I think he just got bumped and it slowed his momentum a little bit. But he has gotten his X Factor activated, which is huge, because now it's Truz, which means there are no fumbles allowed while that's activated. Maybe we should toss in a pass here, but I mean, this Rams defense is allowing us to gash pretty good runs. I mean, we're getting 3, 4, 5 yards a carry with Barry Woodley. Although that one, they shut it down. I thought I had a big hole there, and it was not available. And it becomes a big 3rd and 2 as we start to milk away this second quarter. Barry Woodley bouncing off his own man. I was going to bounce it outside, then I got too close to him. I bounced it back in, but luckily it didn't slow his momentum or anything. I just don't like the playbook that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have. There's just not a lot of plays that I absolutely love. So that's why we tend to run the ball a little bit more. But the run game actually works, so it also helps. That's got to be open. It's J-Mac. He doesn't get a lot of usage in season number 2, but this one's going to be a touchdown. J-Mac across the middle of the field. He was wide open, and he just takes it to the house for a big-time touchdown. Kyler Murray, not known for throwing a lot of touchdowns in this series, but that is a big-time one. That gets us on the board first. And if our defense can play like they did in that first drive, I mean, this is going to be a walk in the park. An easy game. I doubt that that's how the defense is going to play the entire game, but I hope so. I mean, we've significantly limited the amount of possessions that the Rams are going to get, at least in this first half. They've only gotten 1 so far, and it's already almost halftime. So if we can just keep doing that, Rams might have 4 possessions this entire game. Let's see what goes, though. I think they still have Kyren Williams as their running back. This is a pretty loaded offense. You got Brock Purdy with superstar development. You've got Kyren Williams, who has superstar as well. You've got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, both X Factors. And I think Debo might even be an X Factor as well. But obviously you can't have all 3 of them be X Factors. Actually, all three of them are X Factors. I thought somebody else on their offense was an X Factor, but it looks like it's... Oh! Jamel Dean almost picked that off. But it's all 3 of their wide receivers have X Factor. So that's a pretty loaded offense in terms of skill positions and weapons. but it'll be another 3 and out. They do the little screen to Kyron that gets nowhere. Then they do the obviously incomplete pass. And then they do that, which gets them to 4th down. This Rams offense is not getting into gear. They are stuttering in place. Oh, P-Rod, I need you to break that. That would have been sick. And we will come back onto the field after the big-time touchdown. Do we start the drive with a pass? They'll never see it coming. They'll never see a pass coming on first play. And especially a pass to Marvin Harrison, because we barely ever throw to him for some reason. Marvin Harrison, big catch. Now we pound the run. Now we pound the run. I'm going to... should I snap this? Yeah, I have to. Actually, I don't have to snap this. I'm going to let this roll to the 2-minute warning. I thought for a second that the play clock was quicker. But it was not. So we get it to the 2-minute warning. They want me to do a screen. I'm not really a big fan of screens for multiple different reasons. One, they don't really work that well. I'm going to roll to the right. I got a couple options. I'm just going to scramble with Kyler. Seems like the smart choice. I could have thrown it there. I had Marv a little bit open. But the safer option, the guaranteed yards, was Kyler. The chew clock killed a lot of time right there. Oh, I might have that. Actually, do I have that? Is that a touchdown? Oh my God, it's a touchdown. I thought I got knocked out of the air by the DB or the linebacker, whoever that was. Barry Woodley catches at the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Bucks. A throw on the run. Beautiful ball from Kyler. I mean, that's as perfect of a spiral as you'll ever see. I thought he hit it. That's why I wasn't sure he got his hands on it, or Barry caught it, because it looked to me like the DB or the linebacker, whoever was covering Barry, must have been the linebacker. Oh no, actually it was a DB. It looked like he got a hand on it. Does he not get a hand on this? Well, that's why I thought he got a hand on it, because he should have gotten a hand on it. That ball phased through his hand. Look at that. That's through his hand. You can see his finger poking out right there. That is through his hand. No wonder I thought that he got a hand on it, because he did, but the ball just didn't register it. The physics didn't think that his hand was there, I guess. I don't know how. I was right to believe that he got a hand on it, because he should have. And if this was me, oh, you know, a crash out would be coming. If that, now I can't seem to line it. There we go. If this happened to me, if I was the Rams, or if this happened to my defender, you know, crash outs are coming, because this is unbelievable. This is ridiculous. The fact that this is a catch, and it worked for me. Like, this worked in my favor, but this is upsetting to me, knowing that this is a possibility that could happen against me. I mean, this is just insane if you think about it. Oh, that's crazy. The fact that this is a touchdown. If I get this framed right, if I show you this right here, something like this maybe. Yeah, something like this. If I show you this right here, are you telling me this is a touchdown? That's absolutely insane. It's worked in my favor, so I'm not going to complain too much. I am a little concerned that could happen against me now that I know it's a possibility. But thankfully, it worked in my favor this time. I thought that he got a hand on that, and I was right. He technically did get a hand on it. It just went through his hand. I don't know if he's maybe he's got like invisibility powers where the ball just phases through his hand. I don't know. Something's going on. But it works in our favor. It's 14-0 Buccaneers, and the Rams offense has not gotten going. They've had 2 drives so far, and they've done 3 and outs each time. Brock Purdy can't find an open man to save his life. He finds Puka Nacua right there, finally. First actually good play from Purdy in this offense. And watch, now I'm doing all this trash talk about the Rams offense not being able to do anything. Now they're gonna cook me. That's Debo. They call their second timeout. If we can make sure that the Rams use all 3 of their timeouts before they have a chance to think about a field goal, we might be able to make the clock run out before. It's possible. Oh, Chop. Beautiful pass rush from Chop. He didn't even get touched, and then Trayvon helps him out. It's another sack and a timeout called, third timeout used by the Rams. They have no more timeouts, and they need at least a field goal, preferably a touchdown. But they are in desperate need of points. But this pass rush, oh my God. Our pass rush is eating them alive today. Wow. Our pass rush is just murdering this Rams offensive line. They have no chance to do anything. And Kyron can't go anywhere. That's 4th and 30. They're going to punt it to me. I'm going to call a timeout here so we have at least a chance for a play. Wow. I didn't realize our defensive line was going to be so good today. I mean, Brock Purdy has no time in the pocket to do anything. It's great to see. I mean, this is crazy. Oh, great juke move by P. Ryan. Another great juke by P. Ryan. Oh, he broke 2 sets of ankles right there. Okay, so we've got a chance. 6 seconds left, and you know what my method is? You always got to go verticals. Verticals gives you the best chance possible to actually complete a pass on a must-down Hail Mary type scenario. Down the field. It's Chris Olave! I tried it. It would have been pretty sick if he would have caught that. But we will go to the half, up 14-0. I think the second half we're just going to try to run the football. I think that's maybe the best idea. Our defense is absolutely destroying the Rams. They have no chance to do anything. Purdy's completed like what? 1 actual pass, maybe a couple dump offs, but 1 actual pass. And they will come back onto the field. Did they talk about anything in the halftime locker room? Did they make any adjustments? I have no idea. We'll find out. Here we go. First play of the half. Oh, Chop is he's destroying the right tackle. He might not be getting a sack every single play, but that right tackle needs to find a new career path because Chop Robinson is destroying him. I don't know if it's Cam Robinson. I don't know who it is over there, but whoever it is, he's getting eaten alive. Oh, that's an unbelievable play action. I should have had the sack there. Trayvon Walker was making his presence felt. He was coming on the back super fast and super hard. First down and 10 for the offense, and Kyron gets a little bit of opening. He shouldn't have had that opening, but he gets a little bit of an opening. Annoying. Very, very annoying. All right, Rams actually opening up the offense a little bit. Maybe they did make some adjustments. Offensive line, Brock Purdy's getting the ball out a little bit faster, although we can't seem to tackle. Please bring him down. We're doing all these big hit animations. We're like, ugh, pushing all our weight on him, but he's staying on his feet. I don't know what's going on there. He loses 4 on the play, thankfully. It's 2nd and 14. A sack would do wonders here. It's not going to work. It's going to be dropped. 3rd and 14. Good play all the way to the line. Jamel Dean, he's been playing big on that right side there. They've been going to the flat a couple of times. Jamel Dean's been right there each time. Chop win again. They're doubling Chop on that right side, man. That's annoying. Jamel Dean, interception. I just talked about in the previous play. Jamel Dean's been playing huge. I'm actually surprised I got the right animation for that. The first real big mistake Brock Purdy makes ends up being an interception. I mean, to be fair, that's not really necessarily a mistake. It's more Jamel Dean just outplayed Cooper Kupp there. I mean, Purdy, that's not really open. That's tough. Jamel's got inside leverage. I mean, maybe it's not a great ball from Purdy. That's tough, man. That's just a good play from Jamel Dean, really. He just beat Cooper Kupp the entire way and just snagged that interception. There's not really much else about that. That's just a good old-fashioned football play. And we will try to end this football game on this drive. Now, it's not going to be possible because things like that happen where we have a huge opening and all of a sudden the huge opening is no longer a huge opening. I don't necessarily like the toss, though. I'm going to try it, but I don't think the toss works very well. Although it is going to be a decent toss. It didn't work amazingly. Got 2 yards, but usually I get stopped behind the line on tosses, so I guess that's improvement. And it becomes a 3rd and 7 here. Big 3rd down. We got to complete this for a first down so we can keep the clock movement going, and there it is. J-Mac with a huge catch. He had the touchdown catch earlier. And another big catch on third down. Kyler Murray put a good ball there. He needed a good ball. That wouldn't have been caught otherwise. Barry changes direction, goes up the middle, gets hit hard, but gets to the 47-yard line, and he's sunning a Rams defender out there. We got Bucky Irving in the game now. I always talk about this. I like the two-headed monster running back we got, because we got Barry Woodley, who's obviously so good. But then you get a little change of pace. Now, they do similar things. They're not going to run unbelievably fast past you, either one of the running backs. But they can get, if they get an open space, they can, most of the time, beat every player on the field, depending on who it is. But Barry will run you over, and Bucky can do that sometimes, but they're slightly different running backs. They're similar in a lot of ways, but they're slightly different running backs. Bucky has a little bit more change of direction than Barry does, I think, although Barry's done a lot of good change of direction in his this season so far. The vision's good for both of them. They're pretty good running backs. It's a nice little combo. And having a running back that has X Factor is just a game changer. Now we're using ours for whatchamacallit. Truz. I couldn't think of the X Factor name. We're using ours X Factor for Truz, but I mean, Bulldozer would be pretty sick too. Have Barry Woodley just immediately see if he had Bulldozer, he would just immediately light that dude up and get the first down there. But it's okay, because we're really not trying to get a ton of yards every single play. We're just trying to inch our way closer, keep draining the clock, make sure the Rams have mathematically no shot to come back and win the game, and then we can go play in a Super Bowl in the next episode. That's the goal. Great blocks from the offensive line. They're getting to the second level and everything. And we've taken this under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A couple more good handoffs like that, we were into the end zone. And we might be in here right here, and Barry is. He takes it into the house for another touchdown. We lead 21-0. We have not allowed a point in this playoff run. Did they hit my kicker? What happened? Yeah, run into the kicker. Okay. So the CPU can do it too. Just happens a lot more to me. You know what? I probably should have just declined it. I mean, it doesn't make much difference anyway if I accept or decline, except for we get to kick it out of the back of the end zone with an accepting. Give me 3 points? Oh, no, I don't think that made it. If I would have kicked it full power, I might have made it. All right, Brock Purdy in the offense. They started to look pretty good right there on that last drive, but then obviously the interception killed it. But if the Rams offense can move like they were moving before the interception, can we please tackle? Why are they just like backing up and everything? Why are our guys not tackling? That's happened multiple times today. Chop continues to eat the right tackle's lunch, but I took a bad angle there. Oh no, the boomstick animation got broken because he got hit into another guy and he got into another tackle animation. That's so stupid. The boom tech could have caused a fumble. I should have had a sack there with Chop, but I took a really bad angle. I always got to remember, you got to go wide. If you go wide, you have a better chance of getting a sack. But I never go wide. So this is not looking good for our shutout perfection in the playoffs here. We might allow a touchdown. That's what it's looking like. At least a field goal. Unless he throws a pick, which would be super awesome. But it's not going to happen, is it? 2-minute warning will come. And there it is. Oh, no, they called a timeout. Okay, Rams choose to use one of their timeouts before the 2-minute warning. Kind of strange, but whatever. They save at least 3 seconds. I guess it'll be a work if it works before they get into the end zone, and they don't. So now I guess they had 4 timeouts. I don't know. But they're trying to get into the end zone here to ruin the Tampa Bay shutout. Now it's a good thing we scored that last touchdown. He's wide open. Cooper Kupp scores. We've allowed a touchdown in the playoffs. I mean, realistically, we were never going to shut out every single team in the postseason. That's just not possible. I guess it is, but not for me. So a touchdown has been achieved by the Rams, and they still have Matt Stafford on the team. I thought Matt Stafford would have retired, and that's why they got Brock Purdy. But they signed Brock Purdy in free agency and just moved Matt Stafford to the backup quarterback role, I guess. I don't know. Please pick it up. Marv picks up one hand and just go down, Marv. He goes down. Now, all we got to do, thankfully, because they used one of their timeouts on offense, we just got to use their 2 timeouts here. And we can win the game. Hand out to Barry. Barry gets a great run on first down. Really, really good run. Timeout used by the Rams. Here comes the second one. And, ooh, not as good of a run. Got hit pretty hard. But that is the final timeout used by the Rams. First down ends this ball game. Even if we punt this back to the Rams, it's not the end of the world. They still have to go score again after that. First down ends it, and you know what I'm going for. They want me to go for it even. I was going to go for it anyway, but they want me to go. I don't think McLaughlin can hit a field goal this deep, so it makes sense that they would want me to go for it. Barry's going to try, and Barry will get shut down because they brought the house and got through. That's all right, I guess. Whatever. As long as they don't score 2 times in like 30 seconds, I guess it's fine. Trayvon, great blitz pressure. You got to pick that off. I pressed the triangle, but I was pressing triangle to intercept that pass. But Bryce Hall just said, nah, I'll swat it away. Swatting should never be your default choice. It should always be interception. Because if you're going to intercept it and not actually catch it, then it technically is a swat anyway because it bounces off your hands. But interception should always be the go-to, the preferred #1 method. I think I got an eyelash on my eye. All right, Chop, you've been winning all day on this right tackle. He won again, but Brock Purdy got that ball away super fast. Puka could not catch it. It is 4th and 6. Are they going to send everybody deep? I'm going to give everybody cushion here. I'm going to tell everybody to give a little cushion because I don't know what they're going to try. They're going to go for a cat. That was an unbelievably bad decision. What are you doing? That'll be the ball game. We will win against the LA Rams. I don't know why he chose to throw that there, and it wasn't even that good of a pass. His receiver had to like jump, and it slowed all his momentum. It killed his entire chances there. But that will be the ball game. We're going to have to snap this one final time before we can win. But a 21-7 victory over the Rams in the NFC Championship. We will play for another Super Bowl. Last year we lost to the Rams. We lost to the Ravens. We came up just short. This year it's not going to happen. We're going to win it. We're going to win the Super Bowl against either the Chiefs or the Texans. I think we were the early of the 2 games, so I don't think we know who we're playing. Maybe it was on the bottom ticker and I just didn't see it. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. But let's simulate to the Super Bowl and actually find out who it is we're taking on in the next episode. Who are we going to be taking on? We get a lot of upgrades for your younger guys, which is huge. Sim to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Who are we taking on? Who are we taking to Pound Town this week? The Houston Texans. They did us a favor. Oh, they beat the Chiefs. We will play C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Now, I say they did us a favor. This Texans team's probably still pretty good because they beat the Chiefs. And it looks like Mahomes won the MVP. They won on a field goal. Wow, it was a close game. A lot closer than our game was. So it'll be 1 versus 3. Bucks versus Texans in the Super Bowl. Wow. I'm just glad we don't have to play Mahomes. And the fact that Barry Woodley doesn't win MVP is just atrocious. How are you going to break the all-time single-season rushing touchdown record? What did Mahomes do? Barry Woodley's going to win Offensive Player of the Year, which is fine. Is he also going to win Rookie of the Year? No, I don't think he's a rookie. He might be. I don't remember. He's got to be. I don't know. What was Mahomes' season? He had 5,200 yards and 49 touchdowns. You're telling me 5,200 yards and 49 touchdowns is better than 1,800 yards and 30 touchdowns on the ground? I'd argue it's not. I'd argue that Barry Woodley's season's more important. It's harder to do. I mean, Patrick Mahomes gets 5,000 yards every single season. That's not a surprise. Every NFL quarterback can get 5,000 yards if they really had to. So, I don't know. I feel like we were robbed of a MVP for Barry Woodley. It's a quarterback award. I shouldn't be upset, but it's annoying. It's annoying. Look at the difference, by the way, on this different tab. The Texans are second in allowing opposing rushing yards. They've allowed 74 yards per game. That's second to our #1, which is 38. That's a big gap between the top 2 defenses and allowing rushing yards. That's crazy. They're also a really good offense. They score about 29 points a game, and they score or they have a lot of passing yards. CJ Stroud passes pretty well. So this is going to be pretty tricky. It's going to be a good game. Thank God it's not the Chiefs, though. It's going to be one of the better offenses in football versus the best defense statistically in football. Who's going to break? We'll find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.